Well, the Dogwood Initiative are at it again, doing what they do best. Faking being grassroots and opposed to big money in politics, all while accepting huge sums of cash from US-based foundations to oppose Canada's natural resource industry and interfere in our elections. This time, though, they've also decided to include a shot or two at us here at The Rebel in their latest attempt to raise money. Let me show you an email we received towards the end of last month. Now, it starts out as a typical fundraising email, some bragging about how effective they were during the past election campaign with their videos that they produced and shared on social media. Quote, "In just 4 weeks between Writ Drop and BC's election day, Dogwood's hard-hitting videos racked up nearly 1 million views on social media." Unquote. Yeah, not bad, I guess, but for context, on any given day of the month at Rebel, we do somewhere around 500,000 views or more, and that's just on the main channel. They braggadociously continue in their email, quote, "Political insiders on all sides say Dogwood helped turn the entire election into a referendum on big money in politics," unquote. Now, I feel like a bit of a broken record here when mocking this claim from Dogwood that they are leading the charge against the big money in politics, when we have revealed time after time that Dogwood Initiative has accepted hundreds of thousands of dollars from US foundations over the past decade or so. Nevertheless, Dogwood put together a similar, yet not quite as effective fundraising effort to how we do things here at The Rebel, with a list of equipment they were looking to purchase. But the best part of the email had to be the shot at us here at The Rebel. Quote, "The fact is, we're in an arms race. Reactionary organizations like Ezra Levant's The Rebel are several years ahead, cultivating a huge following with videos stoking white nationalism, climate change denial, and of course, attacking Dogwood," unquote. Boy, they really hate us. The author of that email is a longtime rival of mine named Kai Nagata, and while he seems like a nice enough guy, he is absolutely petrified of debating me. This goes back even before I joined The Rebel, where I offered to debate him numerous times on global news or local radio during the Northern Gateway Pipeline debate. Yet Kai declined each and every time, and he's also declined to comment each and every time I pointed out that their campaign to ban big money needs to include their own big money US dollar donations. Now, that original email from Kai was sent on July 25th. So last week, he sent out another update, and well, let's just say the evidence that Dogwood has any grassroots support is pretty thin. So despite the chest pumping, the attacks on The Rebel, and the rather short list of items needed, in just 2 weeks, they managed to solicit just 200 people to donate. Allow me to read from Kai Nagata's August 3rd email update. Quote, "We are nearly there. In just 2 weeks, more than 200 of you have donated to buy the gear to produce broadcast quality videos. Each of these gifts has been matched dollar for dollar by a generous donor, bringing us even closer to our target," unquote. So there it is, the truth, and the cat is out of the bag. Dogwood can't even raise money without having a secret big money donor match all the pathetic little contributions they've been getting. Who is this donor? Well, I don't think we'll ever know, but I think it's fair to speculate, given Dogwood's past of accepting hundreds of thousands of US-based dollars over the years, that this matching donor could be a US-based billionaire. So just for a second, let's compare this fake grassroots organization, who are actually funded by foreign paymasters, to the group they loathe the most, us. We've revolutionized how fundraising is done through something we call social commerce. We did it when we first raised money for our first studio, then again for our second studio. Each time you, our generous viewers and supporters, the real grassroots, came through and donated beyond our wildest dreams. Why? Well, because unlike Dogwood, we have your interests at heart. We are here to fight for you against these subversive organizations like Dogwood, who are slaves to their US Foundation checks. And just for context, let's take a look at our most recent social commerce campaign, which is probably our most important yet, and it's still ongoing at theycan'tstopus.com, where we are fighting it back against potential censorship from Google via our YouTube channels. We are raising money for our own app so we can go 100% independent from the censors at Google. And we are absolutely crushing it once again, thanks to you, our loyal viewers and supporters. And we are making Dogwood look like a dog's breakfast in this arena. While Dogwood boasts 200 supporters and urges viewers to send in small donations of $42, then have that matched by an anonymous big money donor, we have now raised over $100,000 since we launched this drive just recently on August 3rd. But we still need more help. Unlike us, Dogwood has been hired by foreign donors, including the Tides Foundation, to attack Canadian jobs. We are independent Canadian media who call it like we see it. They are looking for funds to pay themselves. We are crowdfunding an app to end our reliance on YouTube because we have been threatened by censorship. The contrast of our grassroots chipping in compared to their US Foundation checks is extremely satisfying. It's funny, though, that in his last email, Kinda Gotta had this to say about us at The Rebel. Quote, "Organizations like Ezra Levant's The Rebel are several years ahead," unquote. Akai, we've been around since only 2015, and Dogwood has been around since 1999. So you had a full 16 years of cashing US Foundation's checks before we came along, and yet we are now years ahead of you, in your own words? I guess all that US Foundation money made you lazy and complacent. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. TheyCan'tStopUs.com. Please help us raise money so that we can go 100% independent from the censors over at Google. You know it's coming. Help us fight back.